guys, welcome to DevOps School. In this video tutorial we are going to learn about Datadog.
But before we begin, let me inform you few things about us. DevOps School is one of the leading platforms which offers DevOps, cloud and containers technology training and certification programs for freshers and established professionals who wish to update and consolidate their skills in the dynamic IT scenario. We ensure that the training solutions are delivered by highly experienced domain experts with practical working experience in various verticals. Check out the dates and enroll with us for our upcoming batches. For more info, link and contact details are mentioned in the description below.
Yeah, so can we start now? Okay, so today we are going to spend some time on analyzing the logs. Okay, so I'll teach you the first concepts of how to analyze the log, and after that I'll teach you how to collect the logs and then search the logs, analyze the logs, get some metrics out of it and stuff like that. So that is a exercise we will do that. So here many organizations they do the common mistake like they say, hey, we have a lots of matrices already available from our matrices are already available from the cloud, so we don't need another matrix. Sometimes you say, hey, our product is doing fine and it without a log monitoring, so why to introduce one extra process on top of it? And sometimes you don't have a time, and this is the one of the biggest mistake actually, and suddenly your system is failed. Now, till last time it was working perfectly fine. CPU, RAM, hard disk, network, applications, health, everything was fine. As suddenly it got failed. What could be the reason? Maybe it's got hacked. So you know that hacking is not happening in one day. It takes years of effort to get into your system. So and you were not doing the monitoring, end-to-end monitoring, and because of that you were not aware of like you are being hacked from last 1 year. You are trying to be being hacked from last 1 year. So yeah, security issues, been hacked, or it can be any other issues also, and then you need a help. You will realize a mistake, and then your management will in trouble, and then we'll start talking about log monitoring too. Okay, log monitoring too. So yeah, so the question is, what is log? So guys, logs, I think we all know that what is a log. Anything you do then on the system, anything, I said anything, you click open file, close file, use file, or application or tools or network, anything. So it generates certain logs. Okay, it generates certain logs. So log records related to whatever activities occurring on the information system. So that is logs. We also sometimes we call it a machine data. So log a machine data is everywhere. In fact, you are generating it right now. You are watching my screen, must be browsing some browser. You are generating a logs. So what are the major source of logs? So there are many sources which we have like IDs, firewall IPs, anti-malware applications, proxies, network infrastructure, servers, databases, applications, and so on. So there are so many sources. So machine data and logs. So yeah, any data which is generated by machine, computer processing, application, and sensor data, that's called machine data and log. So you can have experience with the logs of server and workstations such as Linux log, Windows log, some log files, access logs, file system logs. By the way, I have one question. Where can you find the Linux operating system log?
--log.
Yes, var log. Yeah, that's good. Yes. So Windows log. How many of you have seen that? Can you just vote for it? How many of you have seen that event viewer? That's the place where you can find the Windows log, right? So log files, access, file system, and all. Network logs, firewall logs, warnings, alerts, IP addresses logs, database logs, which can be audit logs, configuration logs, schemas log, table logs, query logs, web transaction logs, clickstream logs, location log, browser logs, time logs. In a DevOps itself, we generate lots of logs. Test logs, log4j alerts, event logs, code check-in logs also. IoT devices like you must be using some car or if you have security system in place like home cameras and all stuff like that. GPS everyone have in mobile and all stuff like that. So GPS log, RFD logs, biometrics, temperature, monitoring logs, limitless. So options, you see that everything nowadays you have a logs. Nowadays compute unit you find in everything. Earlier it used to be only in the laptop, but now it's everywhere. You have a fridge, washing machine, AC, mobile, car, in fact bike, laptop. What else? I mean, I see everywhere it's log. Like switches nowadays also coming up with the compute unit actually, right? So you have a loss, and the question is, how do we analyze this? So security is one of the one of the fastest growing sector in IT, and the reason is very simple. Nowadays, if you look at it, we all are running the application on the production server, right? We all. So security is one of the fastest growing sector in IT, and that's where we also have to generate a logs. Okay. So now the question is, we understood that what is log and what are the various sources of logs, how the logs is being generated and all. But why that log analysis is very important. So yeah, some of the logs analysis regions, I mean, why we do the log analysis, that you have it. But can you please tell me, some of you, from your project experience, why do you think log analysis is very important for your projects? Let's share some of your ideas as well. Anyone?
Let's say if a user has entered wrong passwords.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one use case. Like, okay, so I need to know that user is entering wrong password. Okay, how many
And we
times
have some critical web applications or
yeah,
web pages, whether those pages are available or not. So
yeah,
every time that system.
yeah. So here, when the user is entering the wrong password, what you want to know actually? I mean, you as a ops guys
Whether
or SRE guys.
whether that particular user is entering that wrong password or some uh, hacker or some unattended person is entering that password is what we'll be checking with that log.
Yeah. So you will be first checking whether the user has entered the wrong password. Maybe threshold is 3. So if more than that, if is entering, what is the source of request? Is it from China or North America? Correct. Okay, because your users are located in Hyderabad. So IP range should be in Hyderabad, from Hyderabad, right? Every regions around the globe, there we have certain IP range. Okay. So it should be from Hyderabad or Bangalore or maybe Delhi, but not from China. So you will see that, okay, that user is entering that wrong password, how many types he has entered, from where he is entering, and all this thing, blah blah. Yes, so yeah, that's another good thing. So some of the reasons why we are doing the log analysis is for the production monitoring and debugging. Second one, resource usage. We want to see the which are the resources, CPU, RAM, and all stuff like that is being used by which are the processes, which are the URLs, which are the applications, which are the calls. HTTP errors, if you want to know, so you can do analysis of log. Slow queries for SQL, you want to do analysis of log. Some automated robots, rogue auto-booted robots, you want to analyze it. Security issues, you want to analyze the logs. You want to track the site of platform visitors, you want to analyze the log. You want to have a situational awareness and new threat discovery, you want to analyze the logs. For the network and security infrastructure, logs analysis. And also many times you want to extract some data from the logs, something like which can help you for business decisions like sales, promotions and all. So for that you need a logs. You also measure the security compliance, and last but not least, you want to you have a incident. This I discussed yesterday, right? There is a problem in the server, there is an incident assigned to you, and this incident, for to work on this incident, you need to have a infra matrices, you have a traces, APM traces, and then you need to have a logs, so you can combine all these things and analyze that and create a postmortems, right? Correct. So these are the some of the reasons. Again, this depends on your requirement for the projects and all. But let me tell you, this is a self-discovering stuff. Means you have a data. It's like that. You understand this way. Google has so much of data, even you can't imagine. But actually, you know what to search for it. Correct, na? Correct, na? So like that, when you capture the log from the different location and store at one place, you have all sort of data from application, from servers, from network, from everywhere. But you should know what to search for it. Make sense, guys? All of you? Hello? I'm audible, right?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah. So now you should know what to search for it. Then, but you'll say, Rajesh, I have no idea what to search for it. So then I can give you some idea just to get started with it. So you can start learning, and slowly, gradually you can, visualize your requirement. So which are the things which you should look for it? So you should look for the password change, if someone has changed the password or not. So how do you change? Just tell me the logic. How do you change if the password is changed or not? In the log, how do you look for it? Anyone have idea, logic? I just want you to know, tell me the logic, not that how to do with the certain tools like Datadog or New Relic or something. Tell me. Let's
We
say
will be getting sometimes email when the password is changed.
no, email is getting, see, email is a software. You will not get an email. I repeat, you will not get an email because you have to look into the logs. If you get an email for each and everything, we can't develop a software for each and everything, right? Okay, that's true. You get an email, but here logic is different. Think in terms of SRE perspective, ops perspective, observability perspective, monitoring perspective. So how do you look for that if the password is changed or not for certain users? Just give me the logic. Pseudo code, algorithm, whatever you call it. Think about it. Ideas. I mean, no ideas is bad ideas. Mahima, do you have any idea? Deepak?
So can we check when was the last password change?
Mm-hmm. Jaya, any idea from your what you are thinking about it? I'm just creating some space for this question actually. What to look for in logs, the strategy. Jaya, Mahesh, any idea you have? No one? Andani? I think only few people are responding all the time. Most of the people are on silent forever. Wasim? No? Okay. So if I want to know whether the password is changed or not, so I'll just get to know whether which operating system is Windows or Linux. And my approach would be I'll go to just a second, guys. This pop-up is really annoying. Huh? So I'll go to find out. Let's say if it is Windows. So Windows event ID for password change, and the event ID is 4724. Now I'll go into my system and search for that any lines where the event ID is of 4724. So if you go for this, see there's a everything you have an event ID. Look at this. Mhm. So now this will go to your this will go to your storage like a Datadog and Splunk, and you see that this is the one log line, and here you have a event ID. Got it? So this line is a complete one. Understood, all of you? Hello?
Yeah, Rajesh.
Yeah. So like that, you will find the strategy. Okay. Let me tell you guys, no one can teach you how to look for the what to look for the logs. Only you know that. Your mind will keep popping up with ideas and strategies, because in the logs you have everything. I said everything. So what to look for in the logs? You may look for the password change event for learning purpose, unauthorized learning logins, login failures, new login events, malware detections, malware attacks seen via IDs, scan your firewall, open and closed port, DDoS attack. What is a DDoS attack? What is a DDoS attack?
So distributed denial of services, right?
Hmm.
So therein, where we create lot of fake traffic so that I mean user would not be able to access the resources.
True. But how do you know whether it's a DDoS attack or not?
So you start getting a lot of fake requests, right?
But
That's how.
how? That's what I'm saying. How? How you know whether it's a fake request or not a fake request? Logic. I want you to think about the logic. Logic is important. After that, you'll fix it other problems yourself. Think about other people also. Can you please share?
The traffic will be coming from the same IP.
Wonderful. Yes.
Yes.
Too many traffic is coming from the same IPs. Okay, so you want me to show you the DDoS attack right now happening? Let me show you just for visualization. So you start getting the idea how to use it. Okay, let me show you the DDoS attack. This is my application server, one of which OPT lamp logs, and here LSF1LRT SSL request tail -f. See that? So DDoS attack is happening. I know that, but the unfortunate things I'm not getting time to fix this one. How do I know like the traffic is coming from the same source? So become a pro in the uh, what is it? Um, some tools are there. See, tools will help you definitely. You can buy a hell lot of tools, but logic will have to be developed inside you. So if you know the Linux command and all, you will get to know actually. So let me show you this one command. So this will grab the pattern. The file name which I'm targeting right now is SSL request, okay, and short unique. So unique IP address will tell me on how many requests you have got it. You will get it. It will take some time because you know this is the command. This is the command. So these are all the commands you can develop. See here. So tell me, sorting is not done. No, let me do the sorting also. So now which IP address is having the DDoS attack? Let me show you. See, got it? So this IP address, 600 requests is coming. And for this IP address, my God, 63,000 requests is coming. Just imagine. Are you understanding the logic? Correct? No?
Yes, Rajesh.
Yes, yes.
So of course, this see you will browse my website maybe 5 times, 10 times, 20 times in a day, maybe maximum 100 times, but 63,000 times or 800 times. By the way, what is this address? Let me find out. So locate this address. You should not block that every address. Google address you should not block. So IP address locator. So I'll just decide whether it's really the DDoS attack IP address or some of my IP address. And here if I see, this is Christopher Anderson Data Center, Singapore, and who's owning actually. So this is owned by GoDaddy. Okay. And I think this is the DDoS attack. Got it, all of you?
Yes, sir.
So there's so many tools to analyze the IP address, okay? So that is important. So something like this. I'm not teaching you like
So, Rajesh, what gave you the thought it's a uh, DDoS attack? Since you
uh,
have seen the locator and everything, the source of the IP as well.
see, first thing, this is creating 63,000.
That I can see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Second thing, I'll check that IP address root. And I don't see this IP address belong to Google because Google also created traffic on your website, okay?
Okay.
Because of their robots will come and scan your pages. Just that's the reason you will get this one. What do you say? Um Search results. Else, if they will not scan, so you will not be able to see that. So based on my experience, it's like see there are many paid tools also. I'm using all free tools. So you have a limited information actually. So I see that this is a property of GoDaddy from Singapore, and Google and Azure and all, there's nothing as such. So I feel, I mean, based on the quick reading, I feel this is the DDoS attack. So what I will do, I will block this IP address. How do I block?
Okay.
So many ways to block. Some of the commands I'm having it. This is the commands. There's a tools for it. Okay, I'm teaching you manual process, but tools will do the black listing and white listing process actually. There's so many tools are available in the market which will do the
Yes.
black listing and white listing. Okay, at the infra level, there is a tool, but that tool, how it works, we need to understand that, right? So that logic, I'm trying to help you to build that. Okay, so yeah, so what to look for it in file name changes? See that if file got modified or not. Someone has exported data from your database, major issues without permission. How can you export the data? So this is the if you're working in the production, this is the setup first thing you have to do. No one should be able to download the data. Okay. Export the data, not download, I would say, but export the data. You have a database import export. So like that. Do we have a new process started without permissions? That means I was not expecting any new process, but which got started. So I need to check through the logs, system logs. Process stopped, shared access event. disconnected event, someone has installed a new service, some file auditing, user account information, registry values, and all stuff like that. So yeah, what to look for in the logs, you have to decide based upon your project requirement and logic. You will think through that. No one can teach you this logic. Your understanding with the system, your understanding with the application, your understanding with the requirement will create a algorithm in your mind. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So the next question is, okay, fine. We understood what to look for in the logs, but how do you see that? What are the common fields you have in the logs? See, this is the fields in the log. It can be anything. It can be anything. Okay, Apache log format is different, Tomcat log format is different, MySQL log format is different, Windows log format is different, Linux log format is different. Every tool has a certain formats. It's a unique format. But you know, some of the common fields you'll get it in each common field, each logs. Okay, and that is something like a time, source, destination, protocol, ports, byte exchange, and all. So some of this common field you'll get it. So this is just for an idea. Okay. So now the question is, okay, fine, we understood that what is log, why do we need to analyze the log, what to look for the log, which are the different sources of the logs, and many more things we understand. What are the common fields in the logs? But the question is, how do we do that? Best practices for log analysis. So nowadays we do the log analysis through the tools like a Datadog, Neuralink, Splunk, Elasticsearch, and many more. But actually, any tools you go for it, you should look for these 4 5 features in it. What are the features? So the tools should be supporting pattern detection and recognition. Pattern detection and recognitions means, see guys, understand this way. You have billions of log. See, I've in this session probably we'll have a 1000 lines of logs, 1000 logs, or maybe 500, or maybe 50, maybe 5. But actually in the real time you'll have a millions of lines of log. So pattern detections will be easier for you to visualize what kind of data you are having in your database. Okay, so the tool should provide you that functionality. You are not going to develop it. Tool should detect the pattern and recognize it, and it should show you. So that way you will come to know, okay, this is the Apache log. Oh, this is the all Apache log. This is all Tomcat log. This is all MySQL log. This is all Linux log. This is all Windows log. So pattern should be detected by the tool only. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yes, Rajesh.
Second feature you should be having is normalization. What is a normalization? So let me put it up in this way. Normalization means, see, there is Apache log, but the server is from India, and there is a more Apache log, one more Apache log, but the server is from the USA. So understand that you are running the data centers application across the distributed environment, distributed region. So you have both the places you are running Apache, both the places you have Apache log only. But you know what? Format will be different, because in India server, your timestamp will be something like a IST format. In USA, maybe you will be having PST format. So now think about it. Source is same, but the format is different. And the format, what are the differences you have? Time zone format. So when you store these logs, okay, when you store these logs, then when you search, you won't get the right results actually. When you search through the timestamp, so you have to search via each timestamp zone, and that's the wrong process. I'm just giving you one example for it. So what to do? So your tool should do the normalization means convert some of the fields to the other fields, so your search will be better and effective. So either you transform to the IST only or PST only. So that way you have a same format and it will be easy for indexing, searching, storing, and analyzing and all. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
Yeah. Now, guys, Third feature you should be having in the feature in the tool, which is called tagging and classification. See here, I told you there is a certain common fields which you will have for sure, but you can generate a new field also. You should tag some of the fields also. Then you will say why do we need to do? So see here, Apache you are running, but you may be running for the production server also. You may be running from the app pre-production server also. Let's talk about the server itself, but you are running the two applications. So Apache you are running for chat feature also, Apache you are running for the mail feature also, Apache you are running for the dashboard feature also. So now how do you know like which Apache log belongs to the which particular application or software or services? Because that field is not there in your introduced by Apache. Apache will not introduce that field. So what do we do in this case? So in that case, tools should support you to tag and classify some of the pattern, so you can use that pattern to filter and use it. Filter, you understand that, right? All of you have spent time filtering flipkart.com, amazon.com for your product, by discount, by this, by that. So you know that. So here also you will have a tool should provide you tagging functionality, and so you can filter and adjust the way the display you want that for your data. By the way, do we have tagging functionality in the agent, and where did we discuss? Anyone? Tagging functionality?
Yes, we did have
Stash D, remember dog stash D?
STSD. I was
Yeah.
forgetting that name. It's actually
Yeah. So that tool should provide you that feature. So you can transform your data and search and filter. Now, one more feature which tool should provide you, correlation analysis. What is a correlation analysis? See guys, nowadays if you look at the world, we are running and we are consuming the application in a distributed environment. That means I log into dashboard, there is one service, then log in, there is another service, homepage there's one service, login there's another service, dashboard there's another service. I started searching for the product, another service, I add the product to the cart, another service, and after that cart I did, after that I buy another I click on the buy another service, I made a checkout, payment and all, third party service, and after that we got ordered book, all this thing, confirmations and all, and tracking another service. So see that you think it's a one software, but actually in the back end it's running multiple services. Now the problem here is, see here, the logs which is you one, let's say Rajesh is accessing the amazon.com, and he has accessed the amazon.com front page, and then same guy has logged in, same guy has browsed, same guys have make a order. So now this same guy, the user session, how do we correlate, like which lines of log belong to Rajesh in a home page, login service, order service, and all this stuff. How do you correlate? Are you understanding the problem? What I'm trying to say? Hello? Yeah. So that is correlation actually. That's a correlation analysis. So yes, tools should support you for that correlation. So that way it will be easy for you to track that user activity, you know. So you will get to know, okay, this is the guy who logged in from here. He's doing what, these are the things it has been done on this service, this service, this service, and all this stuff like that. And there's one more feature we should be having, that is called artificial ignorance. What is artificial ignorance? So artificial ignorance means, see, I know that there are certain logs like info logs, okay, or maybe some logs which you just want to ignore it, we don't want to store that one. So tool should provide you to ignore that certain logs based on the pattern and stuff like that. So these 5 features, best practices for log analysis, your tool should be supporting it. So what are the phases of this log analysis? Collections of log data, then clean the data, convert into structured format, analyze the data, and obtain the results. Generate, collect, aggregate, normalize, alert, store, summarize, make conclusion, and act on them. These are the log analysis phases. So which are the tools available for the log analysis? I think you know that Datadog, Splunk, Elastic is a major one, and rest of the things also doing well in this domain.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone, if you would like to access the remaining videos of this playlist of 50 plus more tools which are coming under DevOps, DevSecOps, SRE, DataOps, GitOps, etc. Kindly become our channel members by clicking on the joining button. You would have access to 100s of playlists and 1000s of videos lifetime access with this membership. Enjoy.